we got to see by the end of this week.
Deshaun, have you had any pain in the shoulder since you started throwing?
I've been feeling really well. Yes, sir.
And are you even more grateful about that when you maybe see or hear that somebody like Anthony Richardson had to dial it back because he is having some pain in his shoulders? Does that make you feel good?
No, I don't compare myself or my shoulder injury to anyone else's. I know Ant and the people that he worked with because I went down to Jacksonville with Tom and those guys for a little bit this offseason, and he's gonna be just fine. But I don't get into comparing shoulder injuries and things.
Do you have plans to host a get-together before camp? 2 minutes?
Yeah, we're gonna spend as much time as we possibly can before the camp and even during camp for sure.
Pick a location yet?
No, I can't tell you.
You gave everybody a scare on Saturday. Are your softball playing days over?
Oh, well, Zaire, he told me it a couple of plays before. Any pop-ups, since he was like, I don't play baseball, you catch it. I'm like, all right, I got it. So we got a pop-up 2 plays later, and for some reason he comes underneath me and cut me off. But it's all good. I was
you need
good.
to have the red jersey in.
I know, right? Facts.
Deshaun, how deep can you throw the ball now as you continue your progress?
I'm not even sure, for real. I mean, it just, whenever it happens, it happens.
You seem to have cleared every physical hurdle. How difficult has it been mentally to make sure that you are in line, that you know that you can do all of this?
It just starts with yourself. He's 6.5 months out. Game 1 is not till another 2.5, 90-something days. So, I'm in a very comfortable spot, and like I said before, just taking it one day at a time and just keep going from there.
So did you get a tiny little bit of a scare when you came down, sort of rolled down like that and landed on?
No, ma'am.
You were totally fine.
No, ma'am. I was good.
Have you ever been discouraged during this rehab process?
No, sir.
Kevin talked about the mental reps, and you talked about as you picked up this offense. Can you expand a little bit more on just the value of those and what you're getting, watching from behind the play as Jameis or Tyler is running it?
Of course. I mean, you just get a different perspective of what you're seeing. Sometimes playing the quarterback position, you don't see everything. You don't get to see the backside coverage or what defenders do. But when you take those mental reps, you can kind of see what everyone is doing on different coverages and different routes. It's still not, comparing to, being out there and getting those physical reps. But at the same time, each and every time you're not in, you got to get those mental reps, even if, I'm capable of throwing 7-on-7. When the next group go in, I got to continue to stay locked in because, sometimes you might not get those plays full speed, and you got to make sure you're, prepared for whenever they do come.
Kind of building off of that, how good did it feel to go through some of those 7-on-7s today, which we hadn't seen you do, and how valuable is that given the changes to the offensive game?
It was great. I mean, it's truly a blessing. Came a long way from, something that was a big scare last year, something I never dealt with, and something that, most football players don't, especially as a quarterback, don't get to, they don't get to go through that type of surgery. But, for me to be where I'm at today is definitely a blessing. More glory to that, and it was fun to be able to get out there and compete.
You mentioned the protocol that the doctors have you on. Has it already been determined whether you'll play preseason or not?
I have no idea. I think that's a Kevin and AB question.
As far as Jerry Jeudy is concerned, he was inside today, and you really haven't had that much opportunity to throw with him yet. So how much are you looking forward to when you can get Jeudy back out here, Mari's back, and you can get the whole band back together and see what this is going to be?
All that is timing. Guys got to make sure they take care of different things, and Judy's another guy who's been here mentally and taking mental reps, but making sure he's taking care of his body too. And the staff know exactly what they need to do for him. And I just can't wait till we all get together, and we have a lot of reps during training camp, and especially this off season, we all in the same area, so we'll be good.
Do you know if when you get to training camp, you'll have any limitations?
I have no idea. Like I said, there's always checkpoints as we go through the process, and in the next month and a half, we got to continue to do those.
Fans want to see you back so bad. Sometimes they get a little overzealous. They see you throwing in minicamp and they start picking that apart as if it's game tape. What would you say to those people to help them keep perspective that this is a long process?
I mean, it's practice. You got to go through practice. Not everything's perfect. Even in games, it's not perfect. But I don't look at it in a negative way. I don't look at it in a bad way. Each and every fan, each and every media person, they want to see me at a level that I'm capable of doing. So that's the standard. And so I got to make sure I hold myself to it. So it's not a bad thing. It's not anything like that. I don't get involved with people trying to rate me places where they think I'm at the bottom of the list. It is what it is. If I was at the bottom, no one would talk about me. So obviously, if ever anyone is talking about me and going to continue to talk about me, then I must be pretty damn good.
Deshaun, along those lines, as you put in this new offense, what kind of gives you the confidence that you can get to the level of play that you feel you're capable of?
All it is time. It's reps, getting back. I missed a lot of football. I took off 1 year in 21. 22, had a suspension. And then last year, unfortunate injury. So, that's one thing that you can't, ask to get is that time. You got to be available, and I wasn't available the last 2 years for whatever circumstances. But, God willing, just taking it one day at a time, and I am available. Those reps will come, and I continue to get better each and every rep.
Over the past couple weeks, how beneficial has Jameis been to you? What's the most beneficial thing that he's been able to provide over the past couple weeks?
I think it's just knowledge. It's just game. It's just life experience. I think it's just the confidence of knowing that we know our roles, pushing each other, competing, getting closer to the Lord. I think all those things about everything, not just for myself, but everyone in that quarterback room, from coaches to players. I think we all on the same page, and it's a great room to be in. And each and every day we come excited to work, to compete, and to push each other. And I think that's what we got.
Deshaun,
What's the next hurdle that you as a player coming off this injury feel you need to get over now?
Just continue to get more live reps, 7-on-7 live reps, and then whenever training camps come, where we can go live in 11-on-11, just taking it one step at a time from there.
Cedric Tillman's figures to get more reps with Murray. What do you make of him in the second camp?
Yeah, Till, he's been working. He's been working really, really hard. And you can see it. He's been improving. He's knowing what he got to do on each and every rep. He can play different positions. He can run all the routes. He can catch the big boy balls if you toss it up to him, and he can catch the tough ones and the easy ones. So I think he's going to be a great addition for this offense, and he's going to help us out.
Deshaun, as you've gotten to know Ken Dorsey since he came to the team, what have you learned about him, and what stands out just to how he coaches you and the quarterback room as a whole?
You can tell he understands. He played this position before. He's been around a lot of good other quarterbacks, Josh Allen, Cam Newton, guys like that who's played at the highest level. So he knows exactly what he wants, and then he's able to adjust his system to the skill set that we have here. And I think that he's doing a heck of a job of putting the offense together with Kevin and all the other staff members. They're doing stuff that we love to do and that we're comfortable doing. And he's the knowledge of the game, and he wants to win. He wants to score a lot of points and compete. And he has that chip on his shoulder just like all of us. And I think that's the beauty of it.
Why is his offense so suited to you, and why do you already sort of feel so comfortable in it and like it so much?
Some familiarity to what I did in Houston a little bit, but I think just being able to, toss the rock around the field and having guys in different positions is definitely something fun. And, is definitely the way he's coaching it and teaching it. He's allowing us to be ourselves and go out there and play free.
Deshaun, we obviously couldn't pinpoint exactly when the injury maybe started or whatever last year, but there's been a lot of talk just about maybe ways that you can not take as many hits from like we saw last year. Maybe that was a good opportunity. Have you guys had conversations about maybe ways you can protect yourself a little bit better when you are out running with the football?
Nah, I didn't take any big hits. I ran up with the guy in Tennessee, popped back up, finished the game. So I don't think the hit or situation is a problem. Of course, I want to, sustain and play for longevity, but we just got to play football. I can't play hesitant. I got to do what I got to do, and I got to understand that, the hits I do take up do add up. So, got to be smart about it.
When you do take the team to wherever you're going, you guys do your passing camp outside here, will you have to still follow Dr. Elatrash's strict protocol, or can you just kind of let it rip a little bit on that trip?
Yeah, I think it's the same way out here. We have the load management of throws and which days we need to throw and things like that. So, we'll definitely map it out to where I can get all the reps that I need.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
All right, me.